morning. It is January 17th, 2016. We're going to read the rest of Matthew chapter 16 in a daily devotion. I'm actually not feeling too good today, so pray that the Lord blesses me with health. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I feel pretty weak. I'm probably just getting a cold. Alright, so we read verses 1 through 4 about the Pharisees and Sadducees seeking signs. And then today we will read Matthew chapter 16, verses 5 through 28. Okay. Now when his disciples had come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said to them, "Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees." And they reasoned among themselves, saying, "It was because we have taken no bread." But Jesus, being aware of it, said to them, "O ye of little faith, why do you reason among yourselves because you have brought no bread? Do you not understand or remember the 5 loaves of 5,000 and how many baskets you took up? Nor the 7 loaves of 4,000 and how many large baskets you took up? How is it that you do not understand that I did not speak to you concerning bread, but to be aware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees?" They understood that he did not tell them to be aware of the leaven of the bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and Sadducees. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say that I am, and Son of Man am?" So they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, some say Jeremiah, or one other prophet." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say that you, Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he commanded his disciples, and they should tell him no more. Tell no one that he was Jesus Christ. From that time, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised up on the 3rd day. Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far it be from you, Lord, this shall not happen to you." But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are no offense to me, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up the cross and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what profit is a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father and his angels, and he will reward each according to his works. Assuredly, I say to you, there are some standing here who shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." Okay. And simplicity has a number. 1. The real goal of this is a devotion. The real goal of the simplicity isn't about minimizing what pulls your focus to only a few things. It's also about teaching you how to focus on one thing at a time. We are so distracted. One of the chief virtues in our society is being a multitasker, but few of us are really able to pull that off effectively. Simplicity reminds us that quality matters more than quantity. The less that we have to manage, the more devotion we will give to it. Simplicity will purify your heart so you can walk better by faith, to see that among all gadgets, activities, and people that occupy your life, you truly only need one thing, God Himself. Simplicity is really about devotion, singleness of vision, and realize that the unseen source of all you see is really all you need. So let's see. Stop the bleeding. Perhaps the numbers have left you hopeless. The balance you owe on your credit cards could fund a small country. You send your money to so many different directions that you couldn't imagine what to address first. What's the point of even trying? But you say cut your arm off and start bleeding and profusely. So you wouldn't waste your time being glum about your plight or fret about how the cut could possibly heal one day. You tied some cloth around your arm to stop the bleeding. So maybe the first admission about your finances needs is to have a bad cut and needs immediate attention. You may not feel like you're dying, but if you're buried under consequences of unwise spending, you're certainly not living. Putting a stopper on unnecessary spending may feel as tight as a tourniquet, but it had to happen at first for you if you're ever going to heal. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. 1 Timothy 6:10. To be poor in spirit. We're not just talking about money here. Money is just a mechanism to describe who you are and what you care about. It doesn't truly meet your needs in the way you imagine God does. Of course, God isn't standing there ordering the cashier to place groceries in your bag. They want money. The point is that God is the source of all there is: mountain, building, people, government, economics, money. Not everyone is poor. Some people in the world without money are suffering, but everyone is poor in spirit, whether they realize it or not. Everyone needs God, and how you handle your money is often an indication of whether you're aware of this truth. If your need for God and your trust in His provision drives how you earn and how you spend it, you will find your fortune no matter how much is in your bank account. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:3. All right, thank you for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.